It was Morphin Time. Wait, that's the wrong show. Hey guys, I'm gonna be talking about Voltron, the new series on Netflix, which is, I believe it's a complete reboot, because I went into this knowing of Voltron, but I didn't know like what Voltron was. Like, I never watched the old show. I just know it has 5 lion mechs that become one giant super cool mech, and I love mechs and aliens and giant monsters, so I'm like, you know what, it's time to give this show a shot. And I really loved it. The story is basic. It's like, basically like these 5 pilots are like the chosen ones to pilot, funny, pilots pilot, to pilot these 5 lion mechs. And each lion mech has its own color. There's red, blue, yellow, black, and green. And then each, of course, has their one pilot who they like sync up with. Like Pacific Rim-ish, but like it's like more of like a bond than like syncing up per se. And these pilots team up to stop this alien threat that's massive and all that. Like common, like, I don't want to compare it to Power Rangers, but it's like Power Rangers. Each pilot has their own personality. Same for the lion mechs. Like, you have the stereotypes. There's the angry one. There's the cocky pilot. There's the smart pilot. There's the doofus pilot, and then there's the leader who is all, I gotta be serious so the team is good and super serial. And those are the 5 stereotypes. And I went into this fresh because I said, I didn't know nothing of Voltron. So I liked it a lot. And I'm not big on like anime. I really don't watch it. I watch very little of it. And I would consider this an anime, or you can consider it a cartoon, but I usually don't watch them. But I really like this one. And the voice cast is fantastic. I don't know the actors by name, but there's actors like Glenn from The Walking Dead. There's an actress from the Scream TV series, and Daryl from The Walking Dead voices characters. So the voice cast is pretty well-known actors, and they all do fantastic. The villain's kind of cool, because if you don't have a strong like villain, then the show's kind of like, eh. But this one's actually really cool and unique. Well, there's more like 2 villains, but the head honcho is cool, but the little side chick is cool too. And yeah, the animation's fluid, the sound design's great, the action's really cool. My only gripe is the first time you see Voltron form, you're like, yeah, it's Voltron, pew, 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 Voltron form, and all 5 pieces come, and that's really hype. And then they do it again, and the second time is like, okay, that's still cool, and then they do it again, and again, and again, and again, and it's like a 15 to 30 second transformation scene that after you see it like the first 3 times, it's just not cool. It's like, okay, we know the 5 lions fuse to make the Super Mech Voltron, who is known as the most powerful force in the galaxy. He's like the unstoppable weapon, Voltron. And it's like, after the first few times of seeing all 5 lions form, it's like, okay, we know what's being made. We know who Voltron is. Just skip the transformation. And like, seeing that over and over again kind of dumbed me down a bit. But one thing I super liked, heads up, this show is very human. And by that I mean it spends a lot of time with the human characters. Which, for me, I like human aspects of like films like Godzilla and Cloverfield and like Chappie. Like, when you have like the main characters meant to be like, say, a giant robot like Voltron, it's nice to me that I like the human side of it. And there's a few episodes where you don't even have Voltron like in the show. Like you have the lion mechs, but they never formed Voltron, and it's more about the humans and their stories. And all 5 human characters have their own story, have their own backstory. It's really cool. The show's 12 episodes. Netflix is technically saying it's 11, but the first episode is an hour long, so it's basically 2 episodes in one, so it's basically 12 episodes. I hope it gets a second season because they kind of tease a season 2 at the end of season 1, and I really loved it. So if you like shows like Power Rangers, and if you like giant robots and aliens and stuff, please check the show out. Because I don't know how Netflix determines what gets a second season, because it's a streaming site, so I guess in the number of streams it gets, I don't know if it works like cable TV or not. But yeah, if you like those things, please check it out. It's worth the watch. And you can binge it in a day. Like I basically binged it in 2 days. It's really fun. It has humor. It has the feels. It has cool action, cool characters, clever writing, good visuals. It's just an overall well done anime/cartoon. So yeah, and sorry about the backdrop. Yeah, it's just super boring. Yeah, it's just my blinds. But when I move into my new room, you're gonna see just like nerdy shit all throughout the wall. So that's gonna be cool. And like always, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.